Hello. This is my ecology extra credit video assignment. I am told to do a video about the topic I chose to do my assignments on throughout the year, and my topic was the effect of habitat loss on the effect on amphibian populations, amphibian and small reptile populations. But most of my research was done. The research was done on my part. Most of the writing and such and collaboration of other people's work was done on amphibian populations, so I guess it could not be said that reptile populations were used in my assignments. So what I really wanted to do was discuss how the effect of habitat loss on amphibian populations would in turn raise the population size of insects, because I, for one, am not the biggest fan of insects, and I would not want to see them increase in population, although they do provide necessary services to humans and the ecosystem and all that. They are very vital to the ecosystem, but I would not want to see any more than needed to be. I just don't like them around, and wouldn't want a decrease in the population size of some, let's say, better animal like an amphibian or a small reptile, to, like I said, see a decrease in that animal to then see an increase in something like mosquitoes or spiders, or there's not insect, but things of the sort. Grasshoppers, I am not a fan of grasshoppers either. Things like that. But so talking about the topic, I looked at many journal articles that were done by scientists in the field of ecology, and discovered that pretty much what you would think. There's a ton of habitat loss going on in the world, and it is indeed affecting amphibian populations. We have one here by E.B. Harper, A.G. Tracy, A.G. Rittenhouse, and D. Semnich, I want to say. This is my own work. I should know the names better, I suppose, but this is not my work. I said this is research done by those people. The title of the article is "Demographic Consequences of Terrestrial Habitat Loss for Pool Breeding Amphibians, Predicting Extinction Risks Associated with Inadequate Size of Buffer Zones." And they just did research to determine whether buffer zones in these habitats were adequate to maintain amphibian population sizes, and what they determined is what you would probably expect, that buffer zones did not meet standards that were necessary to them. They believe that in order for viable populations of these amphibians, which they studied were the wood frog and the spotted salamander, and as stated, if we wanted these populations to continue to succeed in the ecosystem, that we would need to alter our current laws in order to better protect their habitats. They used mathematical models and statistics, so this is not just out of thin air. There's people saying what they believe should be done, but kind of makes sense. Better protect the environment. Populations that rely on the environment should succeed. Amphibians, cool looking animals in my opinion. You got frogs. What else? Salamanders. Mainly just frogs. Pretty cool, I think. Small reptiles are also equally cool. Bearded dragons, regular lizards, iguanas, and such could be considered a medium, I guess. Science. Nah. What else do we have? Here's just another example of. Here's just another article discussing the effect of habitat degradation on amphibian populations. I'm sorry. We have one by A. C. Becker, C. R. Fonseca, C. Haddad, and P. Prado. Those, as in the first one, the single letters by themselves are their first names, and the name after was their last names in regard to the authors. But habitat split as a cause of local population declines of amphibians with aquatic larvae. So they studied the effect of habitat split as a cause of the recent amphibian population declines they've been noticing on amphibians with aquatic larvae, just as the title states. And what they wanted to determine was whether these populations in the Amazon rainforest of Brazil were being affected by this, and they did discover that they were being affected. They ended up splitting up the environment into wet and dry zones and conducting research in that manner, and determined that many animals were crossing over from dry to wet areas, and they were being in risk of predation because like these deforested areas were open and they would be easily preyed upon by a higher species higher up in the food chain, and many other aspects that I have time to get into today. But this is pretty much it. Amphibian populations are declining globally, and humans are a large part of that reason. If amphibian populations do start to decline, we could indeed see an increase in insect populations, as I was saying earlier, which would not be a good thing. Most of us don't really enjoy mosquitoes to begin with. Could you imagine having more mosquitoes to deal with? And vegetation would probably take a major hit, right? We got like locusts eating up, grass and whatnot. Grasshoppers, I assume, eating up all the grass. Just everything destroying vegetation and crops. But maybe, who knows, vegetable prices would skyrocket, and then everyone would be eating processed foods and become even worse off for everybody. Who knows? But amphibian populations, I've probably mispronounced it multiple times. I am sorry. But amphibian populations and reptile populations should indeed be preserved, in my opinion, because it's just important to the ecosystem. And that is my extra credit assignment for ecology. Thank you.